Okay, hello everyone and good evening from Barcelona, Spain. Sorry, it's not moving. Okay, I don't know if you're all familiar with micromobility vehicles, but let me show you some numbers. Well, today there are more than 8 million kick scooters in the world. We expect the number to grow at a 35% compound annual growth until 2025. And by then, we estimate that 5 to 10% of employees in major cities will ride a personal mobility device to commute to work. Well, my name is Jose, and I am the co-founder of QOOB, the first smart parking for personal mobility devices. In QOOB, we believe that sustainability in real estate should begin with transportation. For example, considering a typical office building, we estimate that 20% of its carbon footprint is caused by commuting to work. As a consequence, the benefits of promoting micromobility are much more effective than any other construction solution. Well, due to the growth of micromobility in cities, we highlight three main problems. First, tidiness. Office and retail buildings do not have any dedicated location to park this type of micromobility devices. The second problem is the charging system of these vehicles. Battery range is short and they need to be charged at least once a day. Also, the charging systems are not universal. The third problem is parking. There is a lack of places in the cities to safely park your vehicle. So this fact limits their urban daily use. Well, after analyzing these problems, we designed QOOB. QOOB is a modular structure that can be integrated into any location to store e-scooters, folding e-bikes, longboards, etc. All QOOBs are equipped with a charging system designed with our own electronics and a multi-connector that covers 99% of e-scooters and e-bikes available in the market. The last feature, but for me is the most important, is our smart technology. With our app, we are able to lock and unlock the QOOB, manage the charging of our vehicle, book our QOOB remotely, create a network of parkings or rental scooters on a pay-per-minute format, even call a mechanic for a remote service. And also, due to the amount of data we collect through our app, we can track and analyze the use of these vehicles. We have two main revenue streams. First, the sale or rental of our QOOB hardware, and then a subscription fee for additional customer services. Our business model is a B2B model, and our customers are all kind of real estate players, like let's say offices, retail, but also cities, universities, hospitals, hotels, for example. Those players will provide our smart parking service to the end user, the owner of a personal mobility device. We were born in 2019, and this year we signed a collaboration agreement with CBRE Spain and closed some deals with other big real estate players in Spain. We are optimistic about 2021. We expect to sell around 2,000 QOOB installations in Spain. We expect also to start our international expansion and hopefully get our patent extended to countries such as the US. We are a great team, three complementary profiles with different backgrounds in architecture, sales, and computer programming. And well, hopefully you find this project as exciting as we do. We are QOOB, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jose.
Yeah.
3 minutes 10, perfect. Can you please share your screen, and I'll ask our jury members to come back.
Sorry.
And, perfect, thank you very much.
Is it okay?
No, yeah, not yet. We can still see your screen.
How can I do this?
Great, perfect, thank you very much. Please, our jury members who want to address the first question.
Jose, you're very closely linked with a trend of adoption of e-bikes, right? So your growth will be, in all cases, be dependent on how that industry is growing. And also not just the growth, but also the split between large players versus personal ownership. How do you mitigate the downside risk of this being consolidated? For example, if Lime or one of the other companies become integrated and start offering this, then that's a risk for you. How do you mitigate that one, as for the first question? And the second question is, are there any differentiation in your hardware itself, which will make it stand out as opposed to others also being able to offer something similar?
Okay, I don't know if I'm addressing correctly your question, but for example, regarding, we are not targeting shared mobility vehicles, okay? We are targeting privately owned vehicles, and there is a wide range of personal mobility devices. So our solution is covering all this range of vehicles, and it's and in this modular locker, you know, you can safely charge, unlock, and store all these vehicles. So I don't know if that answers your question about Lime. Lime, it's I mean, we know that there are other types of dogs, but they are focused on shared mobility. They are only charging one type of vehicle. That's the vehicle that, for example, Lime has, and they are in public spaces. We are targeting privately owned vehicles in private places. That's, I don't know if that's addressing your question or. And regarding the hardware, okay, I think that what really stands now at this point is like we developed our own electronics, and we are able to charge to cover 99% of all types of vehicles. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but there are multiple types of jacks to be with these vehicles, and they are different voltages. So we can charge almost all of them, you know, 99%. And apart from that, I think that what really will make a difference is the technology, the smart technology on that. You know, when we are starting to cover many buildings, you know, in Spain. So that will help us to create a network of parkings. So that will be, I think, a competitive advantage in the future. You know, I don't know if that answered your question.
Well, not fully, but good enough. Let others ask it.
Okay.
We'll have just time for a last question, a last short question.
Could you tell us a little bit about your end users? What are they using your vehicles for?
Well, basically, you know, the typical profile now of our end user is a guy, well, a young guy, probably in their 30s, you know, working in an office in a big city, cosmopolitan city, and they are going to work, commuting to work, and they want to leave their vehicle in a safe place and also to have this vehicle charged. That's the profile. And they own a micromobility device. That's the typical profile of our end user. But of course, our client is not that end user. It's the office or the retail building or whatever, you know, that they will give this service to the end user.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Jose.